Hello to the Scorpio Astroflower family. How you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading, going from the 2nd through to the 8th of October. Yes, I hope you're doing really well. I hope you have a lovely reading. I've had actually a really bad cold and a flu, or COVID, one or the t'other. I don't really know which one it is, but it's been mad for the past 4 days. Absolutely mad. But the energy's here, which is really nice. And to get myself in tune, you're just seeing here, sorry, on this side here, you know, the sort of meditation I do in order to get myself into the flow of energy. It's a stone balancing sort of meditation, which I will be going into further detail on our sister channel on Somatic TV, which you can find links in the description below if you want to go and see that channel. That channel is all about energy, basically. So let's just get on with your reading here, and don't forget your competition for the monthlies during the week, your overall energies, the new cycle. This is the overall energy that's bringing it in. It's a brand new day for you, Scorpio. I think this ties into this autumn period that you're going into as well, that you're going through. You know, you're just shy of a month now before your birthday season. And it's the time that we do reflect, see what happened over the past year and see what we want to do in the future year. And the overall energies here that are bringing into you are bringing in multitude of different ways. It's not just through emotions, it's not just through energy, it's not just through the physical world. It's also to do with the coincidental nature world and the human world that is around you. So I think there's a lot of little things that are coming your way which accumulate into quite a big sort of like new cycle that is being set up within you. It's almost as if like you can feel that tidal surge sort of coming up through you. That's the sort of impression I get. So get ready, put your seatbelts on for this new cycle that's coming up in your life. It is a yearly cycle. I mean, we have got the eclipse as well coming up on the 14th of October, just before your cycle starts. So yes, it'd be interesting to, because I'm going to do some readings on that, it'd be interesting to see what happens on that. On your relationship side, on your karmic mission, you've got playing smart. Now this could obviously mean like, you know, there's a very fine line between cheating and scheming and playing smart. And I'm not calling you a cheater and schemer, that's not at all. All I'm saying is here is that you do have to play smart in your relationships at the moment. There's obviously something that's on the cusp. So I wouldn't go gun-ho into any relationship at the moment. I would be invested in it, yes, that's sure. But I would also look at sort of like preempting any sort of situation that may go south, that turns sour, as it were, and disarm it before it actually happens. And it's gonna need a bit of a light-footed sort of pacing from your side more than anything else. And playing smart is just, I think this as well. There's also something about sort of like not allowing yourself to get triggered, not allowing yourself to sort of get caught up in a negative spiral. You know, if something's not really working as well or as planned as you thought it would be, I would not necessarily take a step back, just stop for a second. Observe what's going on around you, and you'll see very quickly the sort of little flies in the ointments that are just sort of like creating a little bit of a problem, a little bit like the sand in your gears, basically. And so you can alleviate that problem before it actually comes to the surface within you and the relationship with the other people that are around you. And it could be a personal relationship, and it could be collective relationship, but whatever it is, it's, yeah, playing smart, anticipation more than anything else. This has to do with that new cycle, and this is what playing smart's all about. If you want the best out of this new cycle, and the universe and the overall energy is bringing in something absolutely amazing for you, absolutely something amazing. you know, the universe here is recognize the good quality work that you've done on yourself. And I think we noticed that last week as well. And the universe is sort of kind of going, okay, Scorpio's ready. Let's get it in. Let's out with the old and in with the new, in a way. And that's what the, you know, that wand does. It's almost like in the savannah in Africa. If it, you know, I've been out to Kenya in the Serengeti Plains and everything like that, and most amazing place. I did go there quite a long time ago, so you know it's probably changed a lot. But you know, there's some cycles where nature makes grass fires in order to get rid of the old, so then the new growth of grass can grow through for the wildebeest that come through, for the gazelle, so then the whole cycle of life can actually exist. And this is what the universe is doing for you. It's almost, it's like, it's bringing in a lot of passion around you, which is going to sort of, you know, clear a lot of space for you, and it make you incredibly invigorated. Now, this is where playing smart's all about. Don't go gun-ho here, I think. Allow the things to happen. Allow the amazing stuff to come into your life. What's connecting to your past, to your future? Yes, you have the strength card. So staying true and strong to yourself. I think this pertains a lot to that card there. Basically, it's the quelling of all your doubts, and staying true to the plan. Basically, staying true to you. This is the important thing. This is where you've come from. You've come from a place now where you're building strength within you. You're building your character. You're building, well, you've got character. Scorpio definitely got character. I know enough of Scorpios. I've got quite a few Scorpios around me, and they certainly do have character. Fantastic. But this strength to where you want to be, and not being deviated. And that's what that playing smart's all about. Staying true to who you are, keeping that strength going, I think is really good within your relationships, and holding the line. You know, when you hold the line, then you know you're gonna. It's almost as if like you're raising the bar, as if you're asking the relationships around you to sort of saying, if you want to have a relationship with me, you got to get over this bar. And plenty of people will be able to get the don't put it out there, don't put it way out there because no one will get over it. If you can't get over it, don't ask someone else to get over it. Basically, only ask people to do what you can do. And I think if you hold true to that, that's when you're going to get good, honest, clear, straight relationships with you. And that is going to be beautiful. That is going to be beautiful. And what's the future self? The Empress card here. The Empress card as also ties into that as well, your karmic mission. I think this is where the Empress has, she's the Empress over her emotional domain. That's basically what she is. And her emotional domain takes in everything that is around her. On this card here, you can see that there's waterfalls. She's sitting on a log that's in the shape of a heart. Therefore, she's sat on her emotions as well. She's in control of her emotions. She's got this lovely forest that is around her, and all this wheat. That's the potential of what can be used, all the seeds that can be used for the future. So it breeds huge amounts of potential, the Empress energy. But this is what's coming into you, and this is what the inner conversation, I would really listen to yourself here, is in a way that it makes you, you know, you're one of your best guides here. So if you're having that inner conversation that's sort of saying to you, come on Scorpio, don't cave in on this, listen to it. And that's where the strength card comes in as well. And all of this plays beautifully for this new cycle, this phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as it were. And what does it build? In the future, well, it's certainly building a lot of confidence and a lot of rewards, basically. You might have choices, nice choices. And it's between what works for you, basically. And I think you've got a lot more options, but these options become very, very clear as you go forward. As long as you stick to the plan, have that sort of bar, as it were. that bar is self-value, basically. And I think this is what this is all about. It's a realization of your self-value this week. And I think that's really important if you're going to have a beautiful relationship going forward. And I think this is where you're going to be, it seems to be you're in a situation where you're going to be able to choose the relationships that correspond to you in a very physical sense. And that means, what relationships do you give your time over to? You know. But really nice. We'll see what happens when we clarify with the Light Seers card and see what goes on there. But this is a self-setting week. You're setting yourself up here, and it works because it's like the world here. It works on a multitude of levels. So it's like if you're in a line for a coffee at a cafe, and then someone else just comes along and tries to sort of jump in front of you. You know, you could turn around and kind of go, yeah, okay, I'll let you go in. And then one person does it, and two people who do it, three people who do it. And this is what playing smart is, just kind of going, you know, is not necessarily sort of saying, oh, what are you doing, jumping in the queue and everything like that. It's more of a case of kind of going, I just start saying, it's lovely to see you there, but the queue starts back there. You know, that sort of thing. And you never know. It may open up connections with other people. It may open up that relationship. And once it starts happening, once you start respecting yourself in little ways across your entire life, that's when you really start building the strength within you. Let's just see what happens on your relationship, on your financial side. Rolling, 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 rolling. Call to a mission here. Are you being the knight in shining armor for, say, like the company that you work for, or the business that you're running, or the projects that you're doing around you? It could well be a job offer that's coming in for you, that your karmic mission is to take on a new mission, to go in a new direction, to answer your calling. I wouldn't be surprised if the Judgment card doesn't come out somewhere along the line there as well. Starting a new business. Whatever it is, it's you're being called karmically in a particular direction, which I think is really good for you. And yes, it could well be you being the knight in shining armor, but that is one aspect of it. That could well be for some of you, but I think generally it's where you are finding this direction that ultimately you should be going on. And this has to do with that autumn period that I was talking about, which we talk about in the Astroflower. On the universe side, how's the universe influencing you? I think they're trying to encourage you, the realization of helping you to realize this mission that you're supposed to be going upon. That's what the universe is doing here. And it's nurturing it in very physical ways, and this could be like very small aha moments as you go through your daily life this week, within your job, within your business, within your projects, just realizing what works and what as the universe invests in your pathway and starts elucidating your pathway so you can see clearly where you're going. That's going to help you with the realizations in your life, because number 7 is the number of revelation, basically, and the universe is trying to encourage that within you. It's trying to encourage you to take that path. Where does it come from? What's the connection between the past and the future? The 10 of Pentacles. This is where you're playing to your strengths, and I think it ties in well with this strength card as well. This comes from the area of where you're coming from, and I think you've been, as I said, I think you've done a lot of work upon yourself underneath the surface, and this is building this strength in you, and this is building an abundance of that strength, and within your business or your finances or your projects or your job, whatever you're doing. You have this abundance in your strengths. And once you start applying it and pushing on it and pushing on what you've achieved and what brought you to where you are, will produce a lot of rewards for you going forward. it will almost open doors. It will almost like be a progressus. Is that what they say? It's almost as if like your name comes before you, so doors open automatically because of the good quality work you've done, and you do good quality work within the financial world and physical world. When you are into it, when you're applied in it, and it seems that way, of which it's now opening a door to a whole new mission, possible a new job, or a new business, or a new direction for you in life. What are you doing at the moment? So you've got 2 10s here, which is really nice. You've got 2 7s. I thought as much. The 7 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles as well. You've got, I think, these 2 10s here. So let's just address this. This is the past. This is what brought you to this situation here. Are you carrying too much? Yeah, probably. Trying to do too much? Yeah, probably. Especially in the autumn season, it's like trying to ask a tree to grow leaves during the autumn period. The autumn period is where the tree is laden with its leaves, and as those leaves gradually change colour and the sap is reduced in the tree and it starts going down, and this has all to do with energy. You'll probably see this on Somatic TV. But these leaves, as they drop to the ground, the tree observes these leaves like a memory of the past year. And it takes as much as it can from that leaf as it's falling to the ground. And when it falls to the ground, it turns into compost, which nourishes the dreams of tomorrow. And I think this is what you should be doing. I think you should be shedding a lot of leaves that you've been carrying over the past, recognizing your good strengths, what you have in abundance, what really works for you, and letting go of a lot of things that do not work for you, that no longer are producing or creating anything for you, and which will free you up enormously and allow you to engage in that new cycle, which is that new mission that you should be going down, as it comes through. So it give that freedom for the whole thing, really. What comes out of this? A tower moment. This is funny, the towers have been coming up for everybody. Now this could well be something that is within the outer field. It doesn't necessarily, so it could be something happening within the human world that you and I have to deal with. A lot of people have been getting this. On the earth signs, I think Virgo got it, Capricorn got it, I think they all got it actually. So you're no exception. And this is, once you get no exception, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a personal tower moment. But what the tower moment is, and I think this is really good because it ties into that. And this is the overall energy. So it's not quite there yet. It's bringing it into you at this present time, this new cycle. And in order to bring it in, you need to let go of a lot of things. When you let go of a lot of things, it can create a tower moment. A tower moment is also like the crumbling of a power structure that is around you. That's why the crown's coming off of the tower. But there's a multitude of factors going on in the card of earth, of fire, of lightning. All the elements are there. And what it's doing is this crumbling structure or something that changes around you, which obliterates a structure that was there before, which in a way is a good thing, because that clears the decks and it makes space for you to really allow that new cycle to take growth. As I was saying earlier on about in Africa, in the Serengeti, the grass fires that happen will burn out the old grass and it will nourish the new grass growing through. And I think this is what's coming up for you. And I think this is where the choices are as well. It opens up a multitude of choices for you going forward. There's one thing I want to see what's coming off that there. I think this is good for you, actually. I think this is a bit of an internal tower moment as well, in relation to what's going on around us. But I think there's a case of, well, you're no longer putting yourself in a situation where you've got a certain structure that was holding you back, and you're no longer having that structure inside you anymore. Therefore, you're approaching life in a different way, and I think it's really good. It's allowing you to let go of certain things that are within you. Thank you very much for being here on the Astroflower, by the way. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I really do. Don't forget that competition that's coming up in the monthly readings this week on this channel. I'm just going to have a quick bit of my tea, because as I said, I've had COVID or major flu. So the old windpipes are getting a bit sort of stressed, as it were. So yes, just a little bit of a cup of tea. It's nothing like a cup of tea. I love a cup of tea. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with the Light Seers card and do a clarification, see what's going on. With your World card, you get the 5 of Swords. I think this new cycle here is that playing smart. And this 5 of Swords is walking away from complications that don't really serve. There's no point winning. Sometimes you win more by losing. It's like, let's say like you're in this coffee shop, right? Remember that queue at the coffee shop, yeah? And someone jumps in front of you, yeah? Right? They jump in front of you. There's only one queue, but there's 2 people serving, yeah? And it eventually goes into 2 queues like that. And they kind of go, oh, this queue's short. I'm going to take this queue. So they jump in it, and eventually your queue goes really quickly and their queue goes really slowly. And it's almost kind of like, oh, yeah, just take it. I don't care. You know, there is a case of that. You know, and that could be a way of diffusing it. But just knowing your worth, I think, is much better. I think that's really important. But eventually, it just brings into you, you actually win because you lost. If you know what I mean. Sometimes you win a lot more by losing. You know, because some things are not worth winning, basically. You know, it's like that bar. I was saying that bar. If you just sort of kind of going, well, in that case, I'll lower it a bit so you can get over it. No, don't lower it. You know, don't lower it. So this new cycle here is going to end a lot of confrontations or complications in your life that they really hollow victories, basically. Yes, the 7 of Swords is clarified with the King of Wands stepping into your power. This is what I mean about playing smart. When you play smart here, this is when you're going to step into your power. And look what's in the background there is that lion, which we've got up there as well. And this is what we're talking about. This is quelling your doubts, taking on your destiny in your hands and saying, I'm going to live this. I want the best out of this. I want this in my life. And that is really important for you, Scorpio. And not just for you, for everybody that is around you. The better you live your life, the better everybody else lives their life. That's the important thing. That's what you got to realize here. What's going on with this Ace of Wands? That's out with the old and in with the new. That's what you're leaving behind you. And I think that ties into that as well, the 5 of Swords as well. That's what you're leaving behind you. This new thing that's coming into your life, this new relationship, as I said, that's coming into your life. This is why you shouldn't lower that bar. You should, you know, they will get over it. If they want you, they'll come for you. You know, and this is saying goodbye to heartaches of the past, basically. And this new, that burning of that Serengeti plain, you know, burning of the old grass and allowing the new grass to grow through, will just, you know, get rid of any sort of painful things that are in the past in order for the brand new shoots to come forth and come forward within your life, basically. What's going on with this Strength card? Temperance. Patience. Yeah, I think there's a degree of that as well. There's also a thing where, you know, day can turn into night and night can turn into day with the Temperance card. when there's patience, the reason we're patient is because at some point we need to be very active. But I think this is where you've got to stay true to yourself. And when you stay true to yourself, this is where you'll be emphasizing the sun rather than the moon, as it were. And although the moon is the Scorpio card, but what it's saying here to me is if you stay true to yourself, of where you've come from, the work you've done, you will maintain the good happiness within you. You won't turn the happiness into stress and strains and pain, because that's what we can do sometimes. That's what we can do. And I think it's staying true to yourself will avoid you from turning any situation sour, basically. Well, the Empress card, you get the Six of Swords. Yes, I think you're in your autumn period here. I think you get a lot of help from the world around you. And I think your guides are really helping you out here by keeping you calm and serene within your emotions, keeping you basically on the ball of the situation. And yes, you're heading towards calmer shores. And I think it's because you set that bar. It's like you're filtering out stuff that just don't cut the mustard, basically. That just doesn't cut the mustard. I would be very wary about, and this is what can happen sometimes. Be wary about focusing on your weaknesses, because that could be all consuming. And I think that's what playing that smart is all about as well. Focusing on your strength, I think, is really important. With the two of, it's all about pairs. You got 6 and 6 now. With the Two of Pentacles, you get the 6 of Cups. I think you're realizing now that now you set this new bar, you're going to realize the sort of relationships that are around you that are coming through from the past, that have been there with you for some time, that might be people that are around you that you haven't really noticed. Or well, you've noticed them, but you haven't really thought about them in that sort of way. And it's that baby in the bathwater. Do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Realize that there's a lot of happiness to be gained on the journey we've done. The result may not be the result that we wanted at the end, but there was a lot of joy that went along that pathway. And I would take as much as you can with you, and that helps you to make that decision of what relationships you invest in going forward. And 6 is like it's not like a realization, but it's like a completion of something. It's a very harmonious number, really. It's like 1 is a harmonious number, and 6 is a harmonious. It's like a completion. If you take the 6-pointed star, like the Star of David, as it were, it's like the yin and the yang, and you have like a triangle that points upwards and a triangle that points downwards. It is the yin and yang. It is the equal. It's a balanced sort of scenario situation. So as you're going to these calm shores, do not forget that where you're from, basically. It's all calculating it out of what's going on in the autumn period. Okay, let's just go on to your financial side. With the Knight of Swords, you get the Fool card. Now, this new job, this new direction you're taking may need a bit of a leap of faith. And I think this is where you've got to let go of a lot of things. And I think this leap of faith is going to take you through that tower moment in a really good way. It's going to make you a lot stronger and a lot more precise in the future in regards to rewards that could be coming your way, or success within your job, within your business, within your projects, whatever it is. So it is a leap of faith. It is it's trusting in direction in your karmic path, basically. I think that's really important. Then you get the Knight of Swords as well. Again, and this is coming out with that. And I said the universe is trying to nourish this Knight of Swords, as I said earlier on, and nurture it. And it is doing that. And it is bringing forth this whole new thing. This could be an offer that comes out of the blue that is an amazing offer for you. Within your career path, within your business, within your projects, whatever it is. There's something definitely that's calling you to a mission in a really beautiful way. Because of the work that you've done under the surface with that Ten of Pentacles. It's all about your financial side at the moment, isn't it, really? About your job and your business. I think this week here is much more in time with that. You've created this new Wheel of Fortune for you. You've created this situation which is going to bring you ultimate abundance, basically. And you've started the, get the motor running, head out on the highway. I can't really sing because I've got a bad throat, but you've created this, Scorpio. So, if you've got this ball rolling and this mission that is coming into you, this offering that's coming into you, because you've got this ball rolling, whatever it is and how small it starts off, I would accept it. So let's just say, let's just say you're looking for a basic job because you're working on your business, your business model and stuff like that. And someone offers you to work in a bar behind, in a pub or a bar, and you're working behind the bar. And, it works really well. And within no time, the person offers you the manager's job. And then you own your own bar. And then you own your own nightclub. And you know what I mean? Before you know it, you've got a whole business. It's starting something. And I think, I honestly don't think, the thing is, to be honest, with the Knight of Swords, I don't think it's going to be a little offering. I think it's going to be quite a big offering for you. But it's going to mean you've got to let go of something. The devil's in the detail. Yeah. I think you could be carrying a little bit too much. Sorry, hang on a second. Let me just put them there. I think you're carrying a little bit too much, and the devil is in the detail of this. And I wouldn't get obsessive about things, obsessive in a way that you want to hold on to something because you might need it. Well, if you need it, it would be useful to you. If you let go of it, if you need it in the future, it will come back. And just to sort of say that, the devil here has got that offering there in their hands on that card there. And look what the leap of faith is like that. And I think it's a case here, I think the case is here is that you've got to start believing in yourself. I think it's a really good thing to do. Don't be delusional about it either, you know what I mean? It's like sort of kind of going, I could fly to the moon, I'm not Superman, I can't do that. I've got X-ray vision, and I do that in my healing all the time. People call me the walking MRI scanner because that's what I do in my healing. I can see through everything. It's an absolutely amazing thing. But back to you, sorry. It's, I think, believing in yourself and knowing you can do it and going on this mission, I think, is really important. And in order to get there, you're going to have to free things up. And I think that's what the Tower moment's all about as well for you. Let's just see what's going on in that Tower moment. Too many cards coming out there. I can't read all of them. See what's going on with that. Let's see what's happening there. You've got the Four of Cups. I think here is basically you've got an accumulation of things, connections from the past that need to be reinvigorated into one direction. I still don't know any One Direction songs. That's for people who've been here for some time on the Astroflower. It's turning into a bit of a running joke, but anyway, looking to the future, allowing that cup to. It's almost like you're distilling the past into ultimate one future, and I think that's what the Tower moment is all about. It's that realization that how good you are, and believing in yourself, which creates a situation which clears out a lot of other things. And I think this comes in with this offering for you. Believing in yourself, Scorpio. You are amazing. Know that. Okay? And without you, the world is less amazing. When you're living your life amazingly, the world becomes an amazing place for everybody else. So just do it. Believe in yourself and just do it, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate your support. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Don't forget the competition that's coming out with the monthly readings this week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Your sign, I think, is coming out on Monday. So yes, I will see you there for that. Don't forget, there's loads of links in the description below to private readings and healing sessions with myself. There's also a link to our sister channel, Cymatic TV, the channel that's all about energy, basically. I will see you over there as well. In the meantime, thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.